Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Greetings and salutations, lover of life and livers of dreams, and welcome to Fumble Through!
Fumble Through!
A podcast that made the Kessels run in under 12 parsecs. If you're listening to this message, it means that you are supporting our false delusions that people actually like us and care about what we're doing. If you'd like to tell us differently...
Follow us on social media. So, hang on, I just want to jump on something there. False illusions, Justin?
Yeah.
False illusions? We have good friends. Like our fans, Kyle at Tasty Doom Podcast, great people. Post our content all the time, run an awesome podcast themselves. If you want to hear a overly powered party come up against overly powered monsters, go check them out.
They really do love me.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't ever shit on our content again.
While I'm joined by Luke, Brett, and Lindsay here in person, we welcome each and every one of you into the Fumble Factory and the wider social media Fumble Through community. Come join the conversation online and most of all, tell your friends, because the best way we can continue doing this little project is to get more listeners so we can share the love. Over the last little while, we've been asking you, the listeners, to come up with a name for the Question of the Week segment that we start each show with. Please note that we will be down to our final selection before next show, so you only have a matter of days to get your ideas in. This week's question, though, was sent in by an awesome listener who took the time to message us on social media and is now Fumble famous. So thanks, Ashley. The question is, what superhero would you like to see fight an ancient dragon?
Ooh.
Superhero from any...
Ask Ashley.
Okay, Ashley, I'm going to run with the assumption you mean from any franchise.
Last question from Ashley. She mentioned how much it made her laugh every time we said her name, Ashley. So I'm just going to keep saying Ashley.
Oh, God.
What name did we say?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
So, Ancient Dragon, right? Are we thinking a hero that can do it well or one that would be most interesting to watch? To me, there's two trains of thought. We can do one that's going to take the Ancient Dragon down well, or we can do who's going to do it the most entertaining. So I'm going to go Batman against an Ancient Dragon. He's not going to do that really well. I want to see how he manages that off.
Are you telling me Batman does not have a plan to take down an ancient dragon?
No, I want to know what the plan
He's
is to take
got,
down an Ancient Dragon.
Next to shark spray is ancient dragon spray.
But doesn't that just chase him away? It's just going to come back.
That's a win in an encounter for mine. So you don't think Batman can take a...
No, I'm not saying that. He always has a way. I just want to know what it is.
It'd be the most interesting is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Rather than a good old...
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be pretty impressive to see the Hulk.
I was just thinking that too.
Hulk versus ancient dragon.
And-
Would that be an ancient green dragon?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
It'd be reminiscent of the attack on New York, when he's jumping from creature to creature.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I was
That is
thinking
a great
it's-
scene.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So good. Yeah. Good.
Sorry, did I just ruin your...
No, I was thinking Quicksilver would be cool. I would like to see how to do some like how Quicksilver would overcome a dragon's
I'd watch that
ability.
with overlaying some 80s music to it as well with his
Yeah,
headphones on.
especially
That'd be
when
amazing.
ancient worms can cast magic spells, and there might be a slow in there versus a Quicksilver, or And then I went, well, what about Scarlet Witch? Scarlet Witch against a dragon would be cool too.
So you chose a brother and sister team,
Well,
really?
the Maximovs are pretty cool.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you choose Flash?
Because
Flash is faster than Quicksilver.
Whoa, really?
I would say so.
Really?
It's DC. Everyone's overpowered in DC.
Okay.
What about
Is,
Like,
is it confirmed then?
Except in the Zack Snyder universe when they're all in slow motion.
well, because I'd be assuming
Constantly.
we're standing in a bunker watching this so we don't get damaged.
Yep.
And Flash doesn't work through windows.
Oh, God. No. Boo.
I feel that was an entirely strung out setup for that
For
one
that one
punchline.
terrible joke. That one
Well played.
terrible joke.
Well played.
Oh. See, the thing that you've got to remember is there are superheroes who have fought ancient dragons before.
That's why I haven't.
Iron Man's one of his major nemesis is Fin Fang Foom, who is an ancient dragon.
Hang on. Say that name again.
Fin Fang Foom.
Is that for real? Is
Yeah.
that legit?
Yep. That is his
Have you not heard about the alliteration of
Marvel
superheroes?
Universe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for the main characters. Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Stephen Strange.
Yeah. So there's that guy. Plus there's Iron Fist. In order to get his powers, he also had to destroy a dragon.
Really?
Yes,
Did they have that
that's-
in the TV show?
That's how,
That's
yes.
why he's got the dragon
I
symbol.
mean, I've never
on him.
watched a TV show, so I just,
Okay.
yeah.
You should,
This is not my area.
no, it isn't your area. In order, I look at an ancient dragon fight and I think I need something fun. I need something lively. I want the ancient dragon to win. So I'm going to choose one of the worst superheroes ever. And that's Squirrel Girl.
Yep.
Not that she's the worst. I shouldn't say she's the worst superhero.
She's not worse than the Wonder Twins.
Oh, the Wonder Twins would take down the fuck out of a dragon.
What about
Really?
Plastic Man?
Plastic Man's amazing. Plastic Man would take a dragon
Hang
down
on,
in a
hang on.
second because he'd overlap the dragon's head, choke him out.
There's a plastic man.
Yeah, Plastic Man, Elastic Man.
Oh,
There is both
you
of those
fuck
two
off.
things.
You're pissing with me
Both
now.
of those two things.
Plastic
suit,
elastic.
red suit, purple and blue suit.
Yep.
Elastic Man's got blonde hair.
He's a movie star or something.
Stuntman.
Stuntman. And he
What
turns
a
into aeroplanes like him.
Justin knows a
Who's
lot
this?
about
Sorry,
superheroes.
this elastic man,
Plastic Man.
aka Stretch Armstrong, right?
Stretch Armstrong. We haven't even gotten into Reed Richards, so
Yeah.
who also has a stretchy power.
Who couldn't take out a?
The real
Ancient-
question is how many superheroes actually could
Oh.
take down
How many superheroes would
dragon.
it take to take down?
Okay.
because the thing is about a dragon, it can fly. So you got a ground-based superhero. Hawkeye's fucked.
I got an interesting one then. Depending on what kind of color dragon you're fighting, the lanterns.
Why? What color?
Because isn't there different colors don't work on other colors?
Yeah, different lantern world.
Yeah.
Different lantern world. Depends which generation of lanterns you're talking
Oh,
about.
fuck, I don't know.
It's old
See,
school.
this is
Yeah.
making up for the princess one,
Yeah.
right? Where he had no clue. what
yeah,
to
I
talk
chose
about.
this one because it had the
Yeah.
word superhero
Yeah.
on it. That's my bread and butter, baby.
I just like how anytime I come up with an idea, I get shat on the most. No, it wouldn't work that way. Fuck you. But there could be other color lanterns, you know?
There
Red-
are other color lanterns.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go
No, I
through
know
those?
what color
Is there a
lanterns, but
purple
what I'm
lantern?
saying,
There is a purple lantern.
Okay.
I have
okay.
all the rings at home. I have every single one of those rings. So where we left it last time, you guys were inside the Salty Dog gambling establishment. You had a bit of a chat with Silver around the rat fights that were going on underneath. He'd left you to your devices. You'd talked to him. He'd gone back downstairs to the rat fights. And I believe you guys were left alone upstairs to figure out what the next moves for you are. So I'd like to take this moment just to go around, ask you, what are your characters thinking? What are Miles, Reg, and Flopsy going to do? What's their next steps? And we'll just leave PR out of it because she's not important.
Well, Reg is wondering just how many rats there can be left in the city after seeing the amount that have been absolutely eviscerated in the rings.
But
Is it much of a thing to worry about now?
didn't we see thousands upon thousands of them in the warehouse with Kudzu, though?
yes.
That
How many
was-
terriers is probably a better question.
So there were a number of rats in the basement, right?
Yes.
In cages,
Yep.
like dozens or more.
Yep.
Or
Well,
It
you
was,
would,
it
you
was
would
over
say
it was 50 ago, wasn't it?
you
It was-
would say hundreds.
right?
At least.
Okay.
If not up to 1,000, maybe two, but not nearly the number that you saw in that warehouse. This is a drop in the ocean.
So Flopsy's like, so he's doing it. It's all legal. There's nothing we can do against it. The only issue here is Kudzu might come and take umbrage and take some repercussions against him. That would be the thing that we need to protect against.
Wasn't it Kutsu was saying he's going to take repercussions against the city? Not just...
Yeah. So
Silver's not to blame for that, though.
No, but what I'm saying is we can't just not do anything.
No, but surely that's beyond our pay grade.
well, there is multiple options as I see it. Yes, we can go back with our tail in between our legs and go, oh, this problem's too much for us. What are we going to do, Captain? Which I think's, bullshit. I think we should just deal with it ourselves. We can either just shut it down ourselves. We can just shut it down. I think.
But it's not illegal. Why? Well, under what standing do we have to shut it down?
Well, can we put a couple of clues together here, just at what we've noticed? We know that Jet is getting a lot of the rats as well as they're buying the others, right? We know that he has a magical item upon his person. 2 and 2 together says that's the item that's getting him the rats.
So why don't we find the item?
We know
Remove
where
the
it is.
item.
It's on his
It's
belt.
the pipe.
Yeah, we go get it. We know it's a piper. We got told it was a piper. We also know Jet's being bullied, for lack of a better term.
None of which is illegal, though.
I mean, we
It's
can
perfectly
still,
legal to capture the rats, even if you're using a magical pipe. It's not a problem for Jet to be under the thumb of his employer. That is up to Jet to get himself out of that. Now, we can offer Jet alternate employment if we think Jet's being unduly held, but Silver's done nothing wrong.
I agree with you. He hasn't done anything wrong, but we can still go. We accept that fact that Silver won't let us talk to Jet. We can go talk to Jet and try and persuade him that he doesn't need to be bullied by this and what he can. He doesn't want to hurt the rats, from what I could gather. Maybe we can convince him to take his pipe elsewhere, and maybe him and Kudzu could team up. They're paying a bounty to get the rats out of the town. Maybe Kudzu can make benefit of that and say, hey, look, we'll get the rats out of your town. You pay us some money and we'll keep the rats away. Maybe we can get them to work together.
Feeling that, why don't you just knock him out and we'll take the
Yeah,
pipe?
or we take the pipes and, job done.
Aren't we then the illegal ones?
Yeah.
Wasn't the first thing the captain said to us, or the sergeant, whatever rank, don't do anything illegal. You can't hurt people, murder people, steal, all of that. If
Well,
we knock
sleep
him out
strike-
and take the pipes, isn't that a steal?
Sleep strike's not hurting him, and we're confiscating the pipe under for an ongoing investigation.
We've got to ask you the Reg.
Oh, here you are, Piara.
Yes. Sometimes I come out from the back there. I was just. I've got to ask you, Reg. Why would we confiscate those pipes?
Because those pipes
Under
are
what reason do we have to confiscate them for?
Fuck you, Piara.
I just am asking. Like, we can't just go, oh, I like that. I'm going to confiscate that.
Well,
we can, but no, what I'm saying is it's like we're up against they call this back in my hometown a Kobayashi Maru.
Oh, it's a really foreign kind of sounded name there. I've heard that doesn't have an answer.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, what are we going to do? We can either do something bad to try and stop this, unless we're just not smart enough to find a better solution, or we try and, to me, as I said, the only good option I can see that is not us breaking any laws is trying to force our way past Silver to talk to Jet.
well, hang on. Isn't the person in the wrong here Kudzu? He's threatened harm against people for what is not an illegal activity. Shouldn't we be taking our umbrage up with him?
This is true. I don't think I can kill that many rats.
Isn't the law a bit like that? There's lots of grey areas. There's very rarely, when you're being a watchman, do you find that it's black and white. There are many different grades of grey.
Yes, no, I still would like to talk to Jet if we can. If we can't,
I've got no issue talking with Jet, but I think
if we can't get past Silver without causing any violence, then I think yes, we're going to have to try and rally as many of the other guards as we can, and we take the fight to Kudzu. Start making those bombs while we go as we walk.
So that brings us back to what are you going to do? I mean, you guys have all got a little bit of a different kind of take here. So I guess the first question is, what's the first step in this? What's the first step in this resolution as we find the end point?
I would like to talk to Silver and ask him what it's worth to stop. What would it take for him to stop the fights?
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Still think, I don't know. This is a hard one, Justin.
Well, ultimately, our job is to protect the citizens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we know of an impending attack
Mm-hmm.
and the reason behind it. So surely the lesser of the breaking of laws, hence taking the pipe if need be,
Mhm.
is the as a last resort
Mm-hmm.
to prevent the deaths or attack. Is surely,
So maybe we can plant these plug gun thingies, gas bows on him, call him in for questioning.
Justin's eyebrow just shot so far up it came off his face.
Yeah. I just went from Luke solving the Israel-Palestine issue to let's plant some gas bows on them.
Yes, there's weapons of mass destruction downstairs, I've heard.
I'm just trying to find a way we can get the pipes off him for a little bit without knocking him out and stealing him and being criminals.
But once he gets the pipes back, it all just kick back up again?
He didn't seem happy being employed and doing this anyway. So surely there's a way that we can
So-
easily convince him to stop this particular endeavor.
So I talk to Silver, you go talk to Jet. I try and find out what it would take for him to stop the games, what's his price. Everyone's got one. You try and find out what it would take
Silver
for
must have
Jet.
something over Jet, though, you reckon? It's got to
Let's
be.
give it a go. I mean, we did try to get past Silver to Jet the other day and it did not work. So
It's got to be a split arrangement, right? Got
Yeah.
to do a pincer movement. Is that what it's called?
Somebody's got to cause a
Stealth check.
distraction. Is that
All
what you
right,
mean?
so you do have to realize though that right now there's a show going on. The whole reason why Silver didn't want you talking to Jet is because they've got a show to run. Silver's the ringmaster.
Yep.
Jet's the guy who brings out the rats to keep the show going. So that's the reason why it wasn't anything more than I've got to do my job. You guys are stopping me from making money right now. The longer it takes for me to get another rat fight up, the longer I make my next round of money. So that was the impedance to you talking.
Do we know how long the rat fights are scheduled to run for?
You would think a little while. Like if you waited, you could possibly wait around here till the rat fights are over. You could possibly do something in that time. You probably got a little bit of time if you wanted to go somewhere else and do something, or you could just wait.
I'd like to check where the pipe ends up downstairs, whether that's how rats are getting in or rats are getting out.
it goes down. We're in the basement and it goes down.
But we're on a pier, right?
Yeah, you're at the end of a pier.
We're at
We're
the
at
end of
we're
it.
at the waterfront, right?
Yeah. At
Oh,
the
what?
where the front meets the water.
Right.
That's right. That's exactly right. Where the front meets the water.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But
yeah.
you're
let's
at the
do that.
back of it
Well,
because you
The
turned
other
around.
idea
When you
is
say the front, are you talking about this casino setup, which is a front?
It's all quiet on the waterfront.
the other option is how stealthy are you, Reggie?
A lot more stealthily than diplomatic.
Because I wonder if you can sneak in while they're doing stuff.
What do you
and
want me to do?
Just have a look, see what's in that pipe. We don't know what's in the pipe.
Okay.
I'd like to see underneath the pier. I'll go down and have a look under the pier and
Oh,
see,
we can-
just have a look.
I can come with you for that if you
Great.
want.
So hang on, we're all going now?
We can if you want. If you're too afraid to stealth by yourself.
No, I'm not. No, I was going to say we're not stealthing if we're all going, surely.
No, I mean, if we're going to look at the underneath, we'll go together because, there's weird things on those waterfront.
Well, why don't I go down and do a recce stealthily underneath to see what's down there, and then you two, this pincer movement that you were talking about, we'll do that.
Well, the pincer movement, I think, was you going to talk to, are you sneaking in on the inside and we'll go on the outside?
Can you guys hear that? Sound of a million D&D players saying, "Don't split the fucking party."
No, that's what we do.
That's
This
what we
is
do.
our jam.
That's rule number 2. First rule is
When-
don't damage
has
your own party.
When has anyone ever died from split? Oh,
We have to wait for the fights to be over
Yeah.
before we can talk to Silver and Jet.
Yeah,
They won't give us the
yeah,
time.
let's go look underneath.
So let's
here.
go.
You think
have a
you've got
quick
about
look.
half an hour or so,
Let's
half
have
an hour, 45 minutes, but before there might be a break in the proceedings.
So I think we should have a look underneath. I'd like to talk to some of the employees and find out what they know about Silver and Jet, ask some pointed questions, spread some gold to get some tongues wagging, gather some information.
Flopsy. The whole point was us to gather gold. You've spent way more gold tonight than we're going to earn this whole week.
We're up. We're net up.
Fair enough.
All right, so what's the first maneuver here? Where are we
Let's go.
starting?
Let's go and look. Let's go have a look.
Have a
Okay,
look
so you
underneath,
start-
look at the pipe.
You move outside the Salty Dog and you get onto the wharf and the waterfront.
While we're doing that, sorry,
Yep.
can I see if that rat that was following us? It's
gone.
It's gone.
It gone.
Nothing
As
else
soon as
around that
it-
even looks familiar, like
if-
it's watching us.
You watched it come down the stairs, see the rat fights. As soon as it saw the rat fights, it turned and ran. So you have an idea that it's probably gone to report what it has seen
Okay.
to its master.
How
So-
close are we to where we start, like the barracks?
It took PR about an hour or two to
Okay,
get
never mind.
there and come back.
I mean, she made a report while she was there.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to
It's
do
not
again.
it's not a 2-minute walk. You think by the time you go to the barracks and come back, dawn will have sprung and your watch will be over.
Okay, let's check out underneath this pier.
Yeah. You walk outside the Salty Dog. There it is, the pier. Those people who are lying there, the drunkards, the people who have been thrown out. You see a little halfling kind of pulling himself up from the water of the fucking throw me out a window. And kind of gets on the
I come
pier
to help him up.
and walks off in a bit of a grumble. And how are you going to get under? So the pier is actually over a bit of the water. You can see land meets the pier because that's how that works. How are you going to look under?
Here we
I
go.
thought it was at the water, not the
Front.
land.
The waterfront.
I pick up Reggie by the ankles.
Whoa! Is there a ladder? Because I am not climbing down without a ladder.
There is a ladder. much like every pier, there's a ladder to get onto the little dinghies that row up, and people can moor their dinghies on the side, or boats or rowboats, whatever they're called. There's a little.
Okay.
There's definitely a thing that you can climb down.
Okay,
side.
so I'll start climbing down the ladder to have a look.
You just give me a climb check. Let's see.
No,
if you follow the
that's
direction.
why I said, is there a ladder? So I don't have to
just give me a
climb.
climb check. Even on a ladder, you need to make a climb
No,
check. This
right,
is a
somebody else can
slippery
do
ladder in the water.
That's why I was going to pick you up by the ankles and just throw you down.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. You're not getting out of this for nothing.
Fucking hell.
Did you roll above a 5?
Yes.
Yeah, then you're fine. That's fine. See, you worry about everything. You think I'm a horrible GM. It's not the ladder that kills you. It's the shark that jumps out.
The crocodile, the partner of the
Grabs you.
crocodile from the
Yeah.
sewer.
It's more octopus than shark. It's a sharktopus.
One of the great rules in Pathfinder, Luke, is you can always take 10.
Rules?
Where's the excitement in that?
I thought
Brett?
taking 10 took time.
No,
Taking
take
20 takes time. You can always take 10,
Take,
on a skill
not
check.
always.
unless there's a chance of failure.
There are certain rules. Anyway,
You could have taken 10.
It's fine. I rolled a 9, so
you get halfway down the ladder. You're looking under. What kind of vision have you got?
I think I've got shit vision.
Still from the crocodile
Yeah, the
fight.
pink eye is really playing up.
Yeah.
Just normal
Just
vision.
normal vision. It's foggy. You know how there is still the mist. The veil is still over this area. You descend into the veil a little bit. I guess you're going to need some kind of light source.
Tippy, cast light and fly underneath and see what's going on underneath the pier.
So Tippy flies down, illuminates the area. You can see that there is a giant pipe.
Fuck
That-
you, Miles. Yep.
Tippy comes down, illuminates the area, and through the fog, you can see that there is a pipe that extends out from the land, almost as like a sewer wastage pipe that comes out from where the city is, all the way out under this pier and exits into the sea. And it goes straight under where that basement would be.
Exits into the sea.
Yeah, this is the exit for the sewer system.
Would
of the
appear to be
city.
an exit valve, not an entrance valve.
Right.
Hmm.
I've been through enough shit tonight. I'm not going up there.
That's the pooper.
Tippy flies up. Seems to be a sewer pipe that leads out from the city to the sea. Thanks, Tippy.
Now I will take 10 to climb back up the ladder.
Yeah, you come back up, you report exactly what you see. You can surmise from this is the exit valve for the city sewage system, and that pipe that you saw was a disposal.
So disposal as in where they're sticking all the dead rats down.
Yeah, throw the dead rat in the pipe, it washes out to sea with all the rest of the muck and
No
junk.
wonder the croc got so big.
Why was he hiding it then? Because you wouldn't be able to see anything if you look down it.
Could be
Like,
rat bits in there or something. I don't know.
No, the pipe.
As far as the eye can see, rat corpses floating on the...
It's just a sea of blood.
Give it a minute. Plop, plop,
Yeah.
plop, plop.
There are a lot of fish under here. A lot of fish. Meat-eating fish. Sharp teeth fish.
So,
Good job I didn't slip off that ladder then.
exit. This is an exit. We could break it off and give them a backup. That'll stop them from a little while, but not for long. Nothing like clogging up the pooper.
But where are they bringing the rats in from?
Well, they
Same
had some
pipe.
people catching them, they said.
Yeah, but they're not in that kind of quantity. What's the point of the pipe, isn't it?
I guess at this point, as watchmen, you just have to make a decision. You just have to go with a.
Yeah,
you
thanks,
have to
Justin.
make a
We
decision,
figure that. Yeah, yeah.
and you have to go with that decision.
Reggie, you've been fairly quiet on what you want to do. Give us an answer. Well, we're me.
I
Me
was
and
the one that
Foxy-
got shouted down for going in to
Yeah.
knock him out and take the pipe.
Me and
And I was
Foxy-
like, well, fuck you all then. If that's what you... That's it, I'm done.
Me and Flopsy are two very different angles here, right? I want to help Jet and see if we can get him and Kudzu on the same side, taking the rats from the town. Flopsy wants us to go after Kudzu. What do you think?
I think I want this night to fucking end. So I don't
So-
mind
so
which way we go.
That's again, you're just not making a commitment. Make a fucking commitment, Reggie.
I could go for a drink.
I'll buy you all around once we make a decision.
With what?
Which way we want to go? Do we want to go get this magic pipe from Jet and see if we can get them working together, or do we want to?
We've still got 20 minutes before the rat fights are finished. Can we go inside and find out some more information while they're finishing it? Talk to Silver, talk to Jet?
I think that's a waste of time.
I don't know what other piece of information are you after, Brett.
What to do?
Has Silver got
Look
any...
at you have
Silver's
pathways that are viable.
No,
in front of
Silver's saying everything he's doing is above board. I want to know if that's absolutely correct. Or
Right.
if there's any nefarious
We've made
activity.
sense motives on that. And
What's the
it seems
weakest
right.
link in the chain here? I think it's Jet.
But Yeah, Jet's obviously the weakest link in chain. That's why he's let himself get bullied. And
So,
I mean, talking to Jet and getting the pipes might help regardless if we have to fight Kudzu.
I think we just lean on Jet. Find out what he's got something. He's doing something he doesn't want to do for some reason. We find out what that is.
Maybe I can help as the GM here.
Maybe.
The question that I would like to ask you is, what is the right thing to do? Because you are all as players thinking of your characters as players now. I'm going to ask you, what is the right thing to do
From
here?
whose perspective?
From anyone's perspective, what is the greater good here, and where does right and wrong stand? You've talked before about the moralities of doing something wrong for the greater good of the what is it? The means meets the end, or what's that saying?
The ends justify the means.
Yeah. So, but what are you guys thinking?
Good of the one for the good of the many.
Oh, my question to you is, what is the right thing here? What is the right thing to do? And it is a grey area, and there's probably not a clear cut altogether right. But what is the best, rightest, greatest good?
Dealing with Kudzu.
Yeah. So the only reason I'm not going straight for the dealing with Kudzu part is we did talk to Nodo and her apprentice, and they both said that he was a strange old druid. Didn't say he was crazy. He just said he was a funny old man, and I knew him. That was my whole thing. Was I didn't think he was completely evil. I just think he's a bit cuckoo.
Can I ask some leading questions here? First question that I've got for you. Let's go with Kudzu. What's Kudzu done wrong?
He's threatening the city.
Threatened to attack the city.
Why?
Because everyone's killing his rats.
Is it justified?
No, because they're pests.
Okay. In his eyes, is it justified?
Oh, now you're talking about perspectives. You're talking about overall.
The city has made a rule that those rats are pests, and they should be, and there is a reward for the return of those rats, dead or alive.
Okay, so that's one perspective right now. You've got the city has said the rats are bad. Kudzu has his pet rats.
Aren't we agents of the city right now?
Kudzu's upset. What's Silver done wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
And I'll take you back to the first thing we did when we started this business, which was take an oath in front of a sergeant.
That we break no laws. Okay, let's go for Kudzu. I still think we should probably.
Flopsy was very careful, only to repeat the bits that he would repeat and uphold.
Do we not want to go and grab Kudzu and take him to the city? Whoever makes the decisions about killing all the rats.
We're going to be able to do that with the powers he has. I think we need to talk to Jet still and try and get the pipes. We can get the pipes at least, and when we go for Kudzu, we might be able to.
I think we can make an appeal to Jet's better judgment, or find another way to persuade him that there's a better way for the city.
Because Kudzu wasn't actually concerned with the fact that there were rats being taken by command of the city. It was the quantity in which they were being taken by the pipemen.
Yeah.
That was why he was very specific about the pipemen.
And it was the fact they were getting killed for sport.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Jet then. Where does Jet fly into all
Jet's
of this?
just a poor.
Shocking.
Where does Jet fit into all of
Jet's just
this?
a poor boy with no confidence that's been bullied, and he has this ability with the pipes. I don't know where he got the pipes, and that's as far as I can see so far.
When Lindsay said just a poor boy, did anybody else head
Queen.
go to Scaramouche? Yeah, okay.
Yes. So you've got all these different perspectives, and this is where you guys as characters have to figure out the lie of the law. What's the right thing? Where's the morality? Is this person justified in this? Is it a perspective thing? How can you tie these things together to create the minimal fuss?
Yeah, we're just wasting time while we wait for the rat fights to finish.
Rat fights are over. You see people starting to file out of the bar. If that's what you're doing and you're waiting, you can go in and have a drink. You can talk to the bartenders. They're even applying a little bit of gold and buying some drinks. They're just talking superficially. They talked about the rat fights have started a week or two ago. Since then, business has been better than ever. The boss has been happier than he ever has been. They
Do they have any information on Jet?
make a diplomacy check.
Good
luck.
Can we all do one?
You can all do this.
Ooh.
Do we need to?
And you can add a +2
It is
to your
negative
diplomacy check, especially you, Flopsy, because you're applying gold
Get a
out
+2.
there.
Okay, so that makes it a 17.
Ooh, that's not too bad. That's the best diplomacy anyone's ever had.
Well, I'm a
in this
negative
party.
1
Should
normally.
have gone the other
plus
round. I rolled an
2.
18. Maybe
You
That's
rolled
really
an
good.
18.
I rolled an 18.
That's perfect.
My gold negated my diplomacy skill check. +2 -2. So it's just 7 for me.
Piara rolls not very well at all, so she doesn't find out too much. You reconvene at that point, and I guess Reg and Miles, you find out similar stories, and as you're piecing it together, you get the idea. Jet's been here for a long time. Jet wasn't always the way he was. He was the bard who used to work in the tavern, and he used to bring patrons in until there was an accident where he has come back after that accident. He got healed, but he's never been the same since.
Do you have any idea what kind of injury it
Like
was?
kicked in the head by a horse. So there was an accident unloading stock, and they think he knocked a knock to the head.
When did he start playing music?
Since that time, he's never been the same. He's been a lot more simple. Hasn't been able to remember things. He's definitely a different person. But Silver brought him in, and Silver's given him a job. And Silver has, yes, they say he's taken advantage of Jet's new simpleness, but he definitely has. He doesn't not care for Jet in his own kind of way. In his own Silver gruff manner. Like he makes sure that Jet's fed. He makes sure that Jet's got this little tiny room under the stairs. And
You're a wizard, Jet.
Yeah. And he makes Jet do a lot of menial tasks. And they do say though that Jet has not been very happy over the last couple of weeks.
Can Jet still play music well, or is that one of the things that went with the accident?
They hear him playing every now and then. They hear him blowing his new pipes that he seems to have acquired in the last couple of weeks, and he plays a sad little song on those pipes, and he just seems to not be his bright and cheerful self that he
in the last couple of weeks.
In the last couple of weeks.
I've got an idea.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We have been to a number of establishments that could use a bard. In fact, one of them we gave away tonight. Perhaps we could offer him a good word with Bagrack at a new tavern where he could play.
And that might be the way to help him make some money that will...
and make him happy. So
I'll just go back to the formal point. He is no longer a bard. He can't perform like he used to. He doesn't like being around people. Like you saw him and his sweaty nature. He even told you he doesn't like being around people anymore. So that's one of the things that's changed. He used to be a very personable, open person. Now he's very private, very simple.
Okay.
To a recording deal only.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the Milli Vanilli are on stage.
Silver can be the face and Jet's behind, you know?
Yep.
Okay, let's go down and see if we can get hold of Jet.
While you're having this conversation, you start seeing people heading up. People are grabbing their gold. Some pouches are empty. Some pouches are full. People are happy. People are sad. The drinks start flowing again a little bit more, and the common room fills out, and the gambling starts. And you see the bouncer start walking back up the stairs. And he's about to put the rope across as the last couple of people start filing up, giving you an opportunity, if you want to walk downstairs.
Okay.
Let's walk downstairs. I'll go talk to Silver. You go talk to Jet.
Let's do it.
As you're headed down the stairs, you see the sight of Jet in that pit again. You can see him grabbing the corpses of rats. His shoulders are slumped. And he's not looking very, very happy at all as he puts the rats inside the basket. You can see that the entire space is filled with blood. It's macabre. Yeah, and it is a very gruesome sight. They've obviously used buckets of water to slough out all of the muck between bouts, but it's not enough to stop that gruesomeness.
Is there another basket nearby?
Sure.
I grab a basket and go down and start helping him.
Yep. He kind of looks up and he said, I don't think you should be doing that.
That's all right, Jet. I'm
It's my job. You just stay there. Yeah, members of the public aren't allowed to do this. And he kind of picks the rats up and he kind of, puts them
I just want to help you. It's such a shame, such a waste of life.
It's okay. I can do this. This is my job.
You're doing it very well.
Thank you. Members of the public have to stay on that side.
Okay. I'll stay on this side.
They have to stay there, away, while I do this.
Do you like your job, Jet?
My Silver treats me very well.
Does he?
Yes.
What's your favorite part of your job?
I like the rats.
Me too. Rats are pretty cool.
They're nice. They're my friends.
You must not like seeing what happens to them.
I don't like that.
We have a friend who has a lot of rats.
A friend?
Yeah, his name's Kudzu. You know Kudzu?
I don't know who could do it.
He has a lot of rats. He has a lot of friends rats. He talks to them.
I talk to my rats.
Do you?
Yes, but they don't answer me back.
Maybe he can teach you.
Especially when I talk to them in this basket.
Oh. That's way too dark.
You say like Mike Tyson now.
Well, that was like the darkest moment on this podcast so far.
We need to hook up Kudzu and
I told you, this dude's a sad
That's what I'm
dude.
saying.
We
That's
need
what
to
I've been
hook up-
saying
yeah.
this whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
How does
I have to get back to work now, please.
How do you get so many rats?
I make their friends.
You make them friends. How do you
I-
do that? I'd like to make more friends.
They like me.
I like you too.
I'm not interested.
Do you want?
Silver said I can't do that anymore.
Do you want to meet Kudzu and his rat friends? Maybe you and him can be friends, and you can help stop this town from murdering as many rats as
I
they
don't
do.
know Kudu.
No,
Maybe
I-
Silver. Maybe if Silver can be friends with Kudu.
Maybe.
Yeah, Kudu. Silver needs me.
Does he?
He needs me.
Okay. I kind of like get up and have a chat to the guys. I don't think we're going to be able to convince Jet to leave. He thinks Silver needs him to run the business. And he thinks he owes Silver a lot. He seems to like he'd be okay with meeting Kudzu, and he likes the rats. He doesn't want to kill the rats.
Let me go and see if I can find Silver. You want to come? Come, let's talk to Silver and see if we can come to some arrangement.
Jet kind of fills his basket up after a little while and you're talking. He moves back through those double doors out to the back and he comes back out again and you see him with a mop and a bucket. And Silver, as the doors are opening, Silver says, Ace, you're going, don't forget, early starts. We need to replenish before the morning.
Has he got the pipes on him?
Yeah, they're on his belt.
Jet, what are those pipes?
They're my pipe. They're mine.
Do you play?
Yeah.
Can I hear?
No. No, I don't like people.
I'm not a person.
I don't like them.
I'm a farmer.
I pay them for my friends.
You pay them for your friends.
I play them for my friends.
Oh, you play them for your friends, the rats.
They're my friends.
So we would really like you to meet Kudzu and help you get.
I don't know Kudzu.
We'll help you meet Kudzu.
I don't know him.
Don't you want to release all your friends and have them safe?
My friend. Silver's my friend.
Silver is your friend, but so are the rats, right?
Silver takes care of me.
I don't know what the fuck to do in this, guys.
Well, I'm thinking what we need to do is try to convince that Kudzu will look after him, and that
Conrad's my friend too.
Well, Phil,
who's Conrad?
He at upstairs. He and his brother. Jerry's mean.
Which one was Conrad?
Bouncer?
The bouncer, was it?
I like Conrad. Jerry's mean.
Both Flopsy and Brett don't want to be anywhere near rats.
Yeah. Silver eventually comes out and you can see Silver's rolled up his sleeves.
All right, here we
he
go.
has a massive bag of coins that he's like in a pouch that he's carrying upstairs, and he looks at you and he says, hey, you're not supposed to be here at all. I thought we'd dealt with this.
Master Silver, we waited for the fights to be over. We've got some more business to discuss with you. We wanted to take your time when you had the time rather than in the middle of when you were the most busiest.
Well, I'm still very busy, as you can see.
I would like to talk about a proposition, if you have time.
No proposition, you say?
Yes.
What you say?
Well, it seems like this rat fight has made the establishment quite prosperous over the last week.
Yes.
What would it take? What amount of money would it take for you to stop the rat fights?
You want me to stop this? This is the most lucrative thing that I've ever come across. This is like money for almost nothing.
Do you care for Jet? You've done a lot. You've taken him in. You've homed him, fed him, given him more work.
Yes, Jet's a valuable member of this establishment. He's the salt in the salty dog.
Can you not see how this is hurting him?
Jet, you're happy, aren't you, Jet? Yes, I'm very happy. Thank you, Silver. Silver says, what's your point here? What are you getting at?
I think there's a way for you to make a similar amount of money without hurting the rats.
Go on.
And without Jet being hurt in the doing so.
Jet's not being hurt. Look at him. He's
Emotionally,
working happily.
Emotionally, he's not happy.
I'm not sure that Jet understands what goes on around him sometimes.
I think there's a way for an acquaintance of ours called Kudzu to provide you with some rats to entertain a crowd rather than to be killed by the crowd. I think Kudzu could be a partner of yours, could bring you some rats to do some work, to perform some tricks where people would pay you money, and then he would take those rats away. He would keep them well. Jet would be able to play with them, talk with them. They would have their friends. I think Jet and Kudzu might become fast friends over time. And you would still have quite the lucrative business. An entertainer's business, if you will.
He looks at you and he looks back at Jet and he says, Do you know how much money I'm making from these bets every night? The people that come here aren't the kind of people that want to see rat shows. They come here to bet, and they come here to brawl, and they come here to spend money on things that make them happy. And do you know what makes them happy? A bit of excitement. And that comes from terriers and rats. I can't see how that would be as lucrative. Look at this. And he kind of holds up a bag full of gold, and he says, I made this in but a short hours. This is more than I've earned all upstairs in one night. I've never earned this, even when Jet was up there playing at his best, and he used to pack out the place.
But you're using a finite resource. Once the rats are gone,
Rats are never gone, my boy.
I think our friend Kudzu might have something to say about that. He has quite the hold on the rats, and he might take them away and keep them safe.
I assure you, my friend Jet, he's always coming back with that rat. He goes out every morning and he comes back with crate after crate after crate.
So you're not interested in the entertainment business. You're more of a fighting business.
Well, I am. All of it's entertainment. However, I can't see that would be more lucrative. Do you know how many bodies I would have to have come through the doors charging? And he starts counting on his fingers. He's like, I would have to charge. That's more than people earn in this clientele. And even if I moved, I would have to hire out them. I can't see this being as lucrative as what I've got now.
But sustainable.
As is this.
I
There's a problem with rats. And there will always be a problem with rats. We're both helping the city, doing our duty, as your watch should appreciate.
How much? What's the price to stop?
The price?
What is the price to stop?
You could not put a price on this. This is an ongoing fiscal engagement for me.
Well, okay, fine. If you're not willing to stop, is it a possibility to borrow Jet?
For what?
Well, we need to deal with Kudzu. Kudzu is threatening the city if we don't stop the rat fight, and you haven't done anything wrong. But Jet obviously has an ability to control some of these rats. We think with the pipes that are on his belt, we would like a bit of a hand to try and stop the rats from murdering us.
I'm not putting Jet into harm's way.
Well, can we use his pipes? Is it the pipes or is it Jet?
It's Jet comes back with rats.
Hey, Jet.
Yes.
Where'd you get the pipes?
I found them in the sewers.
The Kudzu's pipes.
They're my pipes. I found them. Nobody had them. Somebody threw them out, and I found them, and they're good pipes.
You know our Kudzu friend that controls the rats that we were telling you about? He lives in the sewers. Maybe they're his pipes.
I don't like friends. They're my pipes. They're my pipes. I found them in the sewers while I was getting rats.
Where were Jet? What else were they with? Did you just find them on the floor on their own, or were they with anything?
They were just there on the floor
with nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay. Well,
I can't make any headway with Silver. He is absolutely putting the anus in entertainers. And
I think
Kudzu is our only option right now. We can explain to Kudzu what we found and appeal to his better nature.
I think we're going to have to do it, and we can bankrupt Silver by just telling him not to let any of the rats anywhere near this place.
Well, Kudzu surely would have mentioned this because he knew it was a pipe that was taking the rats. Did he mention that it was his pipe?
He did not.
He just knew someone was playing pipes or something about pipes. He didn't know how. I think it was the story through his rat friends coming back to him.
At this point, Jet walks up to Silver and you see a little engagement. Can I go now? It's time for me to go. And Silver kind of says yes. He opens up the pouch and he says, look, here you go. And gives him a couple of coins out of the pouch. And he says, this is for your breakfast. Make sure that you get something to eat. And you see a tender, not a tender moment, but you see a moment where obviously Silver isn't treating Jet badly. And he gives him a couple of coins. He says, make sure you get yourself some breakfast. Don't not any sweet treats. Make sure you get something nice and healthy. You need a good belly. And when you come back, we'll get some rest, okay? All right, off you go. And you see Jet kind of perk up a little bit and he starts heading up the stairs.
Let's just follow
You see
Jet. Hey,
You see Jet walk up the stairs and then he starts gathering a couple of cages, pulling them under, and he starts walking out.
well, thank you, Mr. Silver. We'll make our way out of here now. I look at the Reg looks at Flopsy and Miles kind of like nods to say like, let's go.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yep.
Thank you for your time, Master Silver. I'm sure we'll be back. It's a wonderful establishment. I really did enjoy the games of chance upstairs.
And so you leave or you go back upstairs. The crowd's still pumping. People are starting to head out. It's starting to get a little bit late. It's really late at night here.
Just before dawn, right?
So people are starting to eke out. So those guys they've had windfalls downstairs are trying to spend those last few coins, get a few more drinks. You can see people more drinking now than any gambling, and people are getting a bit rowdy. So the common room is becoming a more rowdy place.
We're following Jet though, right?
Well, I mean, if you guys wanted, I personally not sure what we're going to find out because we already know he catches rats with the pipes. But let's see.
How long have we got left before Kudzu attacks?
There's not a time. He said tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
That rat went back. Obviously, let Kudzu know what was going on where we were.
talking to that.
I was. I'm trying not to get hot. Yeah. So that rat went off to see if it could find Kudzu. I'm assuming to let him know that he hit the jackpot and find out where the rats were being killed. So he's imminently inbound, surely.
From
And
the
if
sewers.
if poor Jet's going off, they're gonna.
Meet up and
Yeah,
come a
it's gonna
cropper.
be. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
nasty.
I'd like to follow Jet. I think we can't stop Jet, but Jet can't stop us opening cages of rats and letting them loose again.
True.
Sure. I mean, we could stop Jet. If it's the pipes, we can take the pipes. We can do it when he's asleep.
Do you think he'll be taken care of then?
What taken care of?
Do you think Silver will still hold him in his high regard and take the care that he just was?
I don't know necessarily if the pipes are what's caused him. He was working here before it. I think it's just he was working here before he even found the pipes.
Let's follow him.
After the accident and before he found the pipes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
And you head outside. Is that where you're going?
Sure.
Yep.
Well, where's Jet going?
You can't see him in the common room anyway.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking
We've
for
lost
Jet.
him already, have we?
Yeah, you think he may have
Yeah.
left.
We are looking for Jet.
Yeah.
And if he's not in the common room, we're heading outside to try and see if he's
Okay,
gone
so-
outside.
You head outside onto the pier, and the very first thing that assaults your senses is the smell of smoke, the smell of something burning. And out of the darkness amongst the veil, you can see the eruptions of flames. And as you look towards the different types of wharves, the veil takes on an eerie glow. Something bright orange pierces the night. And you hear the first sounds of fire! 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 And we'll see you next time.
What puts then into following Jet? Let's go fucking put out a fire then.
I'm not getting sucked into fucking.
Now with firefighters as well as the police.
Are we coming back full circle to the guy who was cooking rats at the beginning?